I'm going to show you a repair for a heated seat. This has been bugging me for ages on my Volvo S60, and so I've got the seat out of the car, and this is everything here. There's all sorts of different procedures for safely getting the seat out so you don't trigger airbag warning lights. So basically, ignition off, key removed, door shut, leave for half an hour, then disconnect the battery negative terminal, and then do whatever the seat removal procedure is for your individual car. This one hasn't got electric seats, it's manually adjusted, so it's not too bad to take out, not too many connections and not too heavy. So I actually know what's wrong with this particular seat, and so I'm going to attempt another fix. I've fixed it a couple of times, but I'm going to do hopefully a more permanent one this time, without having to take everything off. For me, the key to everything on my car is this here, and this is the heater control module. At the base of the seat, there's one for the driver's seat and one for the passenger seat, and it's fed via the wiring harness here. It's this plug basically just here, and the main power goes into this plug, and then further round there's then two plugs coming out. There's the lower one just there, and that particular one is for the seat back, and then this green plug just here. Do I need to get some light on it? I think you can just about see that. The green one, that's for the seat base. So in terms of testing, it's a pretty straightforward procedure that I found. So all I did with the multimeter, I had the multimeter set on DC volts. Black in the COM socket, red in the voltage socket there, and basically I just had the black lead. Whilst it was in the car, I just had it on the seat base, which obviously is bolted to the chassis of the car, and that gave me an earth connection. And with the engine running and the heated seat control on, I just basically probed the feed wires coming in, and I was getting the battery voltage going into the control module just there. So I knew that the issue was from this area backwards. If you've got no power coming in there, then your issue is either a fuse or a dodgy switch or whatever, because you're not even getting power coming through to the module. So your next test, once you know you've got power there, you then voltage test these here, and you probably need pretty thin multimeter probes to get down in there. And basically what you're looking for then is a reduced voltage, around about 3 to 5 volts coming off one of these wires. I can't even remember which wire it was now that it was coming off, because it was under the seat and it's impossible to film. Basically you probe both of them and you'll get 3 to 5 volts, something like that. So the module receives the full 12 volts and then it reduces it down, and you have to be patient because you have to hold on to it for a little bit, maybe a good 30 seconds or so, because the voltage is delivered in pulses. It's not a constant voltage, so you'll get 3 volts coming in, and then it'll dip down to 0, then it'll come back on again, so you have to be patient. And then on the base, the seat base, the middle 2 yellow wires on this, that's for the thermostat in the seat base. So there's no need voltage testing those. It's the 2 outer ones which you're most interested in. And once again, I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, I was getting voltage from one of these wires and I was getting voltage from one of the wires going to the seat back. So I knew that I've got 12 volts coming in, I've got 3 to 5 volts coming out, so the control module itself is absolutely fine. So I know then that if the pads are receiving voltage, then there's an issue with the pad itself, or one of the pads. So that then leads me on to do a resistance test. So basically then you just have to unplug both sets of pad plugs. Okay, and it's just then a simple resistance test, and all I do is just I'll actually set up the multimeter now and I'll show you exactly how I do it. Okay, so I've got the multimeter now set on resistance, and I've got it on the absolute lowest setting of 200 ohms. Then I've got the black in the COM socket still, but this time I've moved the red over to resistance there. And what you're looking for is a very, very low reading, and it's just simply a question of, and when I say a low reading, you're looking at, less than 1 ohm. So if I put one lead, and it doesn't matter which way around you do it, if I put them into there and hold it steady, and there we go. See, we've got there, so we've got 0.6 ohms. Now as it is, there's 0.2 ohms resistance in the leads of the multimeter anyway, so that's actually 0.4 ohms, 0.3, 0.4 ohms. So I know that that particular one was absolutely fine, and that's the seat back. The thing is though, if you have a fault either on the base or the back, the whole seat doesn't work. It's not like well, certainly on this car, it's not like the back will warm up but the base won't. And then remember, because the inner two are the thermostat, it's the outer two. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different ones here. So it's the 2 outer ones that I was doing here. And when I put that in there, I was getting over, see, getting 13 ohms, 14 ohms resistance. And so that means that there's a break in the wire, and to be honest, the figure might end up being even higher. So there's a break in the wire of the seat base. So that's how I knew that what the fault was on this particular car. So it's then a question of getting the seat cover off in order to find the broken wire. To get the seat cover off, you've got these frankly horrible things called hog rings, which are almost like a car key ring really, and they're very sharp, they're very stiff, and all you basically do is you just get some long nose pliers in there inside them, and then just open the pliers and it will prise this open. And if you're a crazy man, you'll reuse them. If you're sensible, you'll when you refit the cover, you'll use cable ties, and that's exactly what I've done here. So and because it's tucked right under the seat, you can't even see. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to unclip these cable ties here, and take the seat cover off, and the seat base cover off, and show you the problem. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see exactly what the issue is here. There we go. One very nicely burnt, pretty badly burnt wire, charred, and there's obviously a really, really bad connection going on there, which is creating resistance and an excess heat. And yeah, you can see it's a good job they have fire retardant foam in these seats. It's pretty nasty really. Now really the best thing in this kind of extreme circumstance is to replace the whole pad. You need to basically take off the whole seat cover and then the pad is built in, and so you'd have to remove, lots and lots and lots of these hog rings. There's just like loads holding everything in, and to be honest, on a car of this age, and at the end of the day it's my life and I'll take whatever risks I want, I'm just going to do a repair on it, clean up the wires, get them good, and then what I've got, I'm actually going to do a join using one of these ceramic block connectors, and basically, I mean, these will withstand temperatures up to 350 degrees. It's a 32 amp load rating as well, which is more than it will have to cope with on here. And that is the fix I'm going to do. I'm going to, cut this, clean up the wires, connect them together with that, and hopefully we'll get a nice low resistance figure which won't generate excess heat, and sort the fix out. And but like I say, my recommendation to you is to replace the whole seat pad. So you just work out which pad isn't working from the method that I've shown you, doing your voltage and resistance tests, and replace the pad. That's what you should do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, but of course that's entirely your choice. So I'll get snipping this and connect it up, and then resistance test again. Okay, so we're all sorted now, and it's just a small terminal screwdriver that you put into here. Nice secure fixing just there, and likewise on that side. So it's now just a question of resistance testing it, see if I can see if I've got that figured out. Okay, so do the same again. Multimeter still on its original settings, and it was at about 14-15 ohms before, and there's 0.2 resistance in the leads, so if I can get it to less than 1 ohm, yeah, that's fine. So we're down to 1 ohm, 1.1, minus 0.2 resistance in the leads of the multimeter. So yeah, that's 0.8 to 0.9 ohms. So I'm happy with that. And that's it. It's as simple as that. And so I'll just get everything plugged back in, reinstall the seat, and that is the heated seat fault fixed for, well, that was 48 pence. So yeah, if this does the job for, even if it just gets me through a winter or whatever, I'm absolutely fine with that. Like I say, my recommendation is for you to replace the pad by after diagnosis, but that's what I've done, and I hope you find it interesting and useful, hopefully, and thanks very much for watching.